Hello, Robles Eagles. I am so excited to be here to be teaching you today. Um, Remember my fourth grade Eagles, we were talking about points, line segments, lines, rays, and angles before we left. And we're going to use those attributes to help us today with classifying polygons. I want to do a real quick refresh on what we were talking about before break. Remember, that point is a dot or place on a line or a shape that represents just one place. A line segment is a line between 2 points that starts and stops at those points. A line is a line that continues in both directions. Remember, it has the arrows on the end and continues forever. A ray has a starting point where it starts, but then continues forever with that arrow in one direction, like a sun ray. When we talk about angles, remember, it's that space between two line segments. So that space right in between of the two line segments. This would be an angle. Then we had types of angles. Remember, we had the acute angle because that space in between was so cute because it was so little. We had the right angle. It was 90 degrees and it is just right at only 90 degrees, like the edge of a sheet of paper. An obtuse angle is an angle larger than 90 degrees and it is just so obtuse because it's so big. I want us to think about those because then what we are going to be doing today is using those characteristics and attributes and lines to help us start to classify and sort our different types of shapes and polygons. The other thing I want to remind you of is I want you to go way back in your third grade memory. Go way back there. Think about when you were in third grade last year and you guys were talking about only classifying and sorting quadrilaterals. Got it? Remember, a quadrilateral is a shape with 4 sides. It could be a square, a rectangle, a rhombus, a parallelogram, but the quadrilateral always had 4 sides, and we used its attributes such as sides, angles, vertices to help us sort it into categories. It's going to be the same process, only we're going to use different types of attributes as we move forward in this unit. This is kind of a refresher on what we did in third grade, connecting it with what we are starting to learn now based on our attributes of geometrical figures. Okay? So, our objective for today is today I will be learning what characteristics and attributes of shapes help me to classify and sort shapes. So, Miss Wackus actually created this chart for you. And remember, anytime you can go back and view these videos. It is on that YouTube channel that I'm going to link on your Edsby account. When you go to refresh, this slide is going to be very important because it gives you on the left side the attributes of the shapes and on the right side it gives you the definition of that attribute to just kind of remind yourself. If you would like to, it would be super helpful to just kind of jot that down as a note piece. So the first attribute I want to talk about is a vertex. Remember, a vertex is a point where 2 sides of a shape meet. So if I have my 2 sides, they meet at that one point, that is my vertex. If I have more than one vertex, you'll see it written as a vertices, V-E-R-T-I-C-E-S. The next one we have is a side. Remember, a side is the edge or line of the shape. A triangle has 3 sides. A quadrilateral has 4 sides. A pentagon has 5 sides. Thinking along those lines, the sides are just the edge of the shape itself. A parallel side are 2 sides that run the same direction and never touch. So think of it as, remember we were looking and we thought about on the roads themselves, like Sly, right? There's those 2 yellow lines that go down the middle of the road. Those are parallel lines because they never touch. They just keep going the same direction and never touch. Just like that, on a shape, you might have sides that are going to be straight across and would never touch if they continued. Those would be parallel sides. And we talk about those as pairs of parallel sides. Remember, if I have a pair of shoes, I have two. If I have a pair of pants, it has two legs in it. Well, a pair of parallel sides are going to be the two sides that never touch. So I might have one pair of parallel sides or two pairs of parallel sides. Angles, remember, that is the space between two lines. Miss Wax put a typo in there. It's space between two lines. So when I go and I look between my 2 points, I'm going to have that space in between. That is my angle. Shapes have different types of angles. If I have a triangle, I have 3 angles because there's 3 spaces in between those lines meeting. If I have a quadrilateral, I have 4 angles. Pentagons, 5 angles. Usually the number of angles match the number of sides. Remember, a right angle is an angle that measures exactly at 90 degrees. An acute angle is an angle that measures less than 90 degrees. It could be 89 degrees, it could be 72 degrees, it could be 4 degrees. It's just any angle that measures less than 90 degrees. An obtuse angle is an angle that measures more than 90 degrees. It could be 91 degrees, it could be 360 degrees. It's just more than 90 degrees. So what shapes have what attributes? So Miss Wackus has made a lovely anchor chart for you. And what I want to talk about is this chart right behind me. So if we remember, and I'm going to get up, if we remember, in 3rd grade, we talked about polygons. A polygon is any shape, no matter how many sides, that is closed, so there's no openings. It has straight sides. So a circle is not a polygon because it has rounded sides. And it does have angles because those straight sides meet, and so therefore the angles are included. This is our umbrella of polygons. There are multiple types of polygons. In 3rd grade, you really lived and learned about these quadrilaterals, and I'll go over those again. But we're going to start talking more about triangles in particular as we move through this unit. But because this is more of a refresher and a reminder, we are going to look at all types of shapes, mostly quadrilaterals for our work today. And as you move forward with your other lessons with Miss Antis, Miss Birch, Mr. Durrell, you're going to kind of see how we're more focusing. We're still thinking about quadrilaterals, but we're more focusing now on those triangles and those quadrilaterals with our new understanding of geometrical attributes. So let's have a refresher. On a quadrilateral has 4 sides, 4 angles, and 4 vertices. That's it. It could be any type of angle, but it always has the 4 sides and 4 vertices and 4 angles, whatever it is. Under that quadrilateral, you begin to split off into 2 types. This type is the trapezoid. Remember, the trapezoid still has the 4 sides, 4 angles, 4 vertices, but it has, and if you see these red lines right here, 1 pair of parallel sides. Remember, a pair is 2 lines, so these right here would be my parallel sides, but I only have 1 pair, not 2, because these would end up running and touching each other. See that? But these would continue forever, never touching. Then I look at this other side. I'm looking at a parallelogram. You see this nice picture Ms. Wackus drew? I really tried my hardest, y'all. The parallelogram does have the 4 sides, it has the 4 angles, and it has 4 vertices. But it has 2 pairs of parallel sides, meaning these top lines would never touch, that's 1 pair, and these side lines would never touch, that's 2 pairs. So we have 1 pair, 2 pairs of parallel sides in a parallelogram. Again, still 4 angles, 4 sides, 4 vertices, any type of angle, any type of side. But it has to have that 4, but a parallelogram has 2 pairs of parallel sides. Okay? When I continue down the parallelogram, I break off into 2 groups, either a rectangle or a rhombus. A rectangle we're pretty familiar with. It has the 4 sides, but it has 4 right angles. Now remember, a right angle means they're exactly 90 degrees like the corner of a sheet of paper. So it has 4 sides and 4 right angles. 4 vertices again, because the 4 sides meet, and 2 pairs of parallel sides. Here's a set, and here's a pair, okay? Whereas the rhombus has the 4 sides, but now the 4 sides are equal length. Think like a square. They're not different lengths, they're the same size sides, and there are 4 of them. But it has 4 angles. It could be acute, they could be obtuse, they could be right. We don't know, but it has 4 equal sides and 4 angles. 4 vertices and 2 pairs of parallel sides. Again, top are parallel, sides are parallel. Both a rectangle and a rhombus can be a square. This gets confusing, I know. So if you're staring at this video like Ms. Wackus, you have lost me. Remember, you can rewatch this video to kind of think through. It helps if you're taking notes and kind of sorting them. I will share with you, I will share a picture of this so it's a little more clearer on your Edsby account, but just follow me. Remember, the rectangle had 4 right angles. A square has 4 right angles. Remember, the rhombus had 4 sides that are always equal. A square has 4 sides that are always equal. Has 4 vertices, and it has 2 pair of parallel sides. So, technically, a square is a rhombus and a rectangle. And a rectangle can sometimes be a square, but a square is always a rectangle because a square always has 4 sides, 4 right angles, 4 vertices, and 2 pair of parallel sides. Now, a rectangle cannot always be a square because sometimes the rectangle does not have equal sides. Sometimes those top 2 are longer or the side 2 are longer. That's where they're not always the same. So that's our quadrilateral side. Again, I'm going to upload this picture for you to be able to watch on your own. But I want to come over here now. So in 3rd grade, you talked a little bit about the pentagon and the hexagon. Remember, a pentagon has 5 sides, 5 angles, and 5 vertices. A hexagon has 6 sides, 6 angles, and 6 vertices. The triangle has 3 sides, 3 angles, and 3 vertices. And what you're going to be learning about in this unit are the different types of triangles, because we're going to sort them in 2 different categories based on sides and based on angles. And that will come in the future when we have more of these videos and we move on in our unit. When you're going to use those categories to help you in your work today, but I want to remind you of 3 steps. If ever you're concerned about how you're going to sort shapes, I want you to think about these 3 things. Look for how many sides there are, angles, and vertices. Remember, the sides, angles, and vertices are always the same number if it's a polygon with a closed figure. If it has 3 sides, 3 angles, 3 vertices, it is a triangle. If it has 4 sides, 4 angles, and 4 vertices, it is a quadrilateral. And if it has 5 sides, 5 angles, 5 vertices, it is a pentagon. 6 sides, 6 vertices, 6 angles, a hexagon. The second step is, what type of angles does it have? The question is, does it have right angles? Because if I'm looking at a quadrilateral and I know it has right angles, then I know it is either going to be a rectangle or a square or a type of rhombus. And then I'm going to look for how many pairs of parallel sides. Does it have 1 pair or 2 pairs? Usually, sometimes our hexagons can have 3 pairs of parallel sides. So taking that into consideration, because then the categories you're going to be given are shapes with right angles, and you can put all those shapes into that category, or shapes with 2 pairs of parallel sides, you put all those shapes, or thinking about a Venn diagram, right? And we can begin to sort those knowing what attributes those shapes in front of me have. Your task today is to complete the assigned iReady lesson